everybody, it's Miss Stilwell, and I'm back with Hudson to continue reading The Jungle Book. Today is our day 4 of reading. If you remember last time, Bagheera had advised Mowgli to go down into the men's village and take the red flower. So, we're going to keep reading today and see if your predictions about what the red flower was correct. Bagheera was talking about fire. No creature in the jungle called fire by its name, because every beast lived in fear of it. The red flower, Mowgli repeated. I have seen it growing outside Men's hut at twilight. I will get some. Spoken like a man cub, Bagheera said proudly. Go swiftly. Get the flower in a little pot and keep it beside you. I will go, Mowgli said, slipping an arm around his friend's neck, looking into his big eyes. But tell me, Bagheera, are you sure this trouble is Shere Khan's doing? I swear on the broken lock that freed me, little brother, Bagheera answered, and I swear on the buffalo that bought me. I will repay him in full, and maybe a little more. With that, Mowgli bounded away. That is man, Bagheera said to himself as he lay back down. That is all man. On his way down the hill, Mowgli stopped to listen to the pack hunting. He heard the bellow of a buck being chased. Then he heard the wicked, bitter howls of the young wolves. Akela! Akela! Show your strength! Spring, Akela! Mowgli heard the snap of Akela's teeth, and then a yelp as the buck knocked him with his foot. The leader of the pack must have sprung and missed. Mowgli did not wait to hear more. He dashed onward, the yells growing faint behind him. Bagheera spoke the truth, he panted, hiding below the window of a hut. Tomorrow, fate will be decided for Akela. And for me. I must get the red flower to save us both. Mowgli watched through the window all night long as a woman tended the fire in the hearth, feeding it small black lumps to keep it burning. In the morning, he saw a child pick up a pot. Being careful not to touch the charcoal with his hands, the child filled the small pot with the embers. Then he carried the pot with him as he stepped outside to tend the cattle. Is that all? Mowgli said to himself. If a cub can handle it, there is nothing to fear. He walked around the corner and took the pot from the boy's hand. Then, while the boy howled in fear, Mowgli disappeared into the mist. Mowgli blew into the pot like he had seen the woman do. This thing will die if I do not feed it, he said. He gave it twigs and dried bark to eat. The red coals sparked and flared. Halfway up the hill, Mowgli met Bagheera. Morning dew shone like moonstones on the panther's coat. Akela missed, Bagheera said. The pack would have killed him last night, but you were not there. They were looking for you on the hill. They will expect you at Council Rock tonight. I was down by the village, but I am ready. Mowgli held up the fire pot. Good. I have seen men put a dry branch into the pot and make the red flower bloom on it. Aren't you afraid? Bagheera said. Why should I be afraid? Mowgli asked. I remember, before I was a wolf, I used to lie beside the red flower. It was warm and pleasant. All that day, Mowgli sat in the cave tending his fire pot, dipping dry branches into it to see how they looked. He found a large, sturdy branch he liked. And when evening came and Tabiki appeared to tell him the council was meeting, Mowgli laughed until the jackal ran away. At the council, Akela lay next to his rock. It was a sign that the leadership of the pack was open. Shere Khan paced to and fro, followed by his scrap-fed wolves. Bagheera lay close to Mowgli, who kept the fire pot between his knees. When all were present, Shere Khan began to speak. He has no right, Bagheera whispered. Say something. Mowgli sprang to his feet. Brothers, he cried. Does Shere Khan lead the pack? What does the tiger have to do with our leadership? Since the leadership is open, and since I was asked to speak, Shere Khan began. By whom? Mowgli asked. Are we all tiger-flattering jackals? The leadership of the pack is to be decided by the pack. You are not one of us. The wolves spoke out. Some of them wanted the man-cub silenced. Others said he had kept the law and should be allowed to speak. Finally, the older wolves in the pack said, Let the dead wolf speak. Dead wolf is what wolves call the pack leader from the moment he has missed his kill until he has killed himself, which is usually not long. Akela raised his weary head, Fellow wolves and jackals of Shere Khan, I have led you for many seasons. In all my time, not one of you has been trapped or hurt. Now I have missed my kill. You led me to a strong buck and made my weakness known. It was cleverly done. By the law of the jungle, it is your right to kill me here, and it is my right to fight you one by one. Who will step forward? There was a long silence. Not one wolf wanted to fight Akela to the death. Then Shere Khan roared, "What do we care about this toothless fool? It is the man cub who has lived too long. You should have let me eat him long ago. Give him to me now, or I will hunt here forever and not give you one bone. He is a man. He has no place in the jungle." More than half the pack took up the cry, "A man! A man! Send him back to live with other men." "If we let him go, he will turn the village people against us," Shere Khan yelled. "He is a man, and none of us can look him in the eye. Give him to me." Akela lifted his head again. "He has eaten our food. He has slept with us. He has not broken a single law of the jungle. And I paid for him with a buffalo. A buffalo may be worth little, but my honor is something that I will fight for," Bagheera added in his gentlest voice. "The buffalo was paid 10 years ago. We do not care about old bones," the young wolves of the pack snarled. "No man cub can run with the animals of the jungle," Shere Khan howled. "Give him to me." "He is our brother in all but blood," Akela said gravely, "and yet you would kill him here. Truly, I have lived too long. I see that some of you have become cattle eaters. I have heard that others go with Shere Khan to snatch children from the villagers' doorsteps. I know you have become cowards, and it is to the cowards that I speak. I know I must die. If my life were worth more, I would give it in Mowgli's place. But for the honor of the pack, I promise you this. If you let the man cub go to the place of men, I will not bear a tooth against you. I will die without fighting. That will spare the pack at least 3 lives and the shame of killing a brother who has done nothing wrong." "He is not our brother. He is a man," the pack snarled again and again as most of the wolves gathered around Shere Khan and his switching tail. "Now it is up to you," Bagheera said to Mowgli. "All we can do is fight." Mowgli stood with the fire pot in his hands. He stretched out his arms and yawned in the face of the council. Inside, he bubbled with rage and sorrow. Until then, he had not known how much the wolves hated him. "Listen," he cried. "I have heard enough of your dog jabber. I would have been a wolf with you all my life, but you have told me so many times tonight that I am a man, and I finally believe you. No longer can I call you my brothers. I will call you dogs. And because you are dogs and I am a man, I will settle this matter. I have here a little red flower, which you dogs fear." Mowgli flung the fire pot down. A small tuft of moss flared, and the wolves and Shere Khan drew back in terror before the flames. Mowgli thrust his branch into the fire until it crackled. Then he whirled it over his head. The wolves cowered. "You are the master," Bagheera said softly. "Save Akela from death. He has always been your friend." Standing tall in the light of the blazing branch, Mowgli looked down slowly. The shadows jumped. "I will go to my own people if they are my own people. The jungle is shut to me. I will forget your talk and your companionship, but I will be more merciful than you. Because I was your brother once, I promise never to betray you to the world of men." Mowgli kicked the fire with his foot, and sparks flew up. He walked toward Shere Khan, who sat blinking stupidly at the flames, and grabbed the tiger by the hair of his chin. Bagheera followed closely in case of accidents. "Up, dog," Mowgli cried, "or I will set your coat on fire." Though he stood, Shere Khan's ears lay flat, and his eyes were shut tight. "This cattle killer said he would kill me tonight because he had not killed me when I was a cub," Mowgli announced. "Since he insists that I am a man and not a wolf, I will treat him as a man would treat him." Mowgli beat Shere Khan over the head with the flaming branch. The tiger whimpered and whined in pain and fear. "Ha! Go now," singed Jungle Cat. "But remember, when I come back to the Council Rock, it will be with your hide on my head. And as for the rest of you, you will not kill Akela, because I do not wish it. He will go free and live as he pleases. And if you sit here with your tongues out any longer, I will drive you off like dogs. Go!" The fire was burning brightly on Mowgli's stick, and he struck right and left around the circle. The wolves ran, howling as sparks burned their fur. Soon only Akela, Bagheera, and the 10 wolves who had taken Mowgli's side were left. Something inside Mowgli began to hurt. It hurt like nothing he had felt before. He caught his breath and sobbed. Tears ran down his face. "What is it? What is it?" he asked, touching his tears. "I don't want to leave the jungle. I don't know what is happening. Am I dying, Bagheera?" "No, little brother," Bagheera said. "Those are tears. Now I know you are a man and not a cub any longer. The jungle is shut to you, Mowgli. Let them fall. They are only tears." Mowgli sat and cried as though his heart would break. I will go now, but first I must say goodbye to my mother." He went to the cave where his family lived and cried on Mother Wolf's coat while her 4 new cubs howled miserably. "You will not forget me?" Mowgli asked. "Never. When you miss us, come to the foot of the hill and we will talk to you," Father Wolf said. "We will play with you in the fields," the young cubs said. "Come soon," Father Wolf said. "We are getting old, your mother and I." "Come soon," Mother Wolf said. "Little naked child of man, I loved you more than I loved my own cubs." "I will come," Mowgli said, "and when I do, it will be to lay Shere Khan's hide on Council Rock. Do not forget me. Tell everyone in the jungle never to forget me." The dawn was beginning to break when Mowgli went down the hill alone, on his way to meet those mysterious things called men. And that's where we'll stop for today. It is just getting interesting. It's just getting good. I hope you guys have a great day today, starting off the week strong, and I will see you all tomorrow.